Here, these two terms are like terms. This term is the unlike term. These two terms are like, so you can add them. So when dealing with like terms, you write the variable, and then you write the addition. What are you dealing with? 7 plus 4. That's 11x. It'll give you 11x. And plus, so you're going to add a negative 3x to the power 4, or 11x minus 3x to the power 4. I want to show you this term. Add these, 5x minus 11 plus negative x plus a negative 2, or negative x minus 2. Now we do this, you can line them up vertically. You line these up vertically to add them. For example, and that becomes, so you add the like terms from each. Now remember, just because they're in parentheses, remember, these are all additive, so it doesn't matter which way. It will be as if the parentheses weren't there. It will be different. The next example I'm going to show you is going to be different when we attach a negative sign on there. Now here we can take this and add them vertically. Now this is an addition of a 5x and a negative x. This is just like saying I'm taking 5x plus a negative x. If I say 5x plus negative x, that's what we're doing here. Here, as if we're saying negative 11 plus negative 2. Okay? So no, 5x plus a negative x, that's like saying 5x minus x. Which equals 4x. And here, this is like saying negative 11 plus negative 2, that's a negative 13. Okay? So you get 4x minus 13. For the result. Now I want to show you how it would differ if we had a negative 1 there. First we're going to say, let's say A plus B minus C plus D. See, that's going to become, really my emphasis here is to show you what we do with the negative sign. When you see a negative outside of its instance of a number, of some numbers of an addition, what happens is we're going to end up distributing a -1 into that. See, because anytime you have a negative term, anytime we have a negative term, that equals -1 times that term. Just like here, where C plus D is A. C plus D here takes the place of A. So if I have a negative C plus D, that equals a -1 times C plus D times the sum of C and D. And if I take a -1 and I distribute it into C plus D, it's going to change the signs of both the numbers. It's going to make them both negative. See? So here, that becomes A plus B plus -1 by C plus D, to signify that you know that the negative sign is just out in space somewhere. When you see a negative sign, anytime you see a negative sign, you can imagine that's a -1. Having a negative number is like having a number multiplied by -1. So if I have, like, let's say I have -4, that's like having -1 times 4. I can always factor a -1 out of that. Meaning a negative sign is not a sign, isn't there by itself. That's why we say we don't subtract in algebra. Now here this gets distributed. That becomes A plus B plus -C and a -D. Let's say up here if this was a negative number, minus, if that was negative, and we would have this, for this portion, we were just dealing with this part, that would give us a -1 times -x minus 2. So once we distribute the -1 into there, that becomes x plus 2. That's equal to, it's equal to x plus 2. So, or to put in parentheses, x plus 2. So here, it's going to give us 5x minus 11 plus x plus 2. That's if that was negative there. Now this is important. Anytime you see a negative, when you see terms like this and you see a negative in between there, you always have to distribute that into the instance of the addition. For example, let's say if we have 4x minus 4 minus negative x minus 4. Okay, 4x minus 4